Hey everybody, welcome to Everything's Plastic. Today we have a G.I. Joe Classified Series action figure review. Very excited to have this one. This is Stuart, Outback, Selkirk. Hopefully I'm saying that right. I can barely pronounce my own name sometimes, so correct me in the comments below if I'm saying that wrong. I don't usually open up my G.I. Joe Classifieds. I'm not an inbox collector, but when it comes to certain card figures and my G.I. Joes, I do not open them at all unless I get extras. But this guy looks too good not to open them up. Very excited to get this one out of the package. So we have some artwork on the side here. We have Outback on the side, same design on the front here. We do have Tiger Force symbol here on the back, and some pictures of the jungle and all that good stuff on the back here. This is 39 in the Classified series. I never really looked into these much, but you can get on the website, issue a description of what this guy specializes in. Like I said, nothing special on top here, just number 39. And you got your barcodes and all that good stuff on the bottom. That's it for packaging. I'll be right back with this guy out of the package so we can get a closer look. Alright, we have this guy outside of the packaging. We do have a awesome Tiger Force backdrop. Thought it was pretty awesome, and I had to take it out of the box and share that with you guys. What a figure. I took this one out. Very impressed with this figure so far. Not a lot of figures that I get super excited about. This is definitely one of them. I would like to have the original version of Outback, but hey, I'm quite happy just to have a version of Outback in my collection. So Tiger Force is what we got, and Tiger Force is what I'm going to take. For accessories, this guy has a rucksack, backpack, whatever you want to call it. Pretty cool design on this one. Really wish they painted straps and stuff like that. I think that would have just added a bit more to the figure. A lot of detail in this, man. I think they did an awesome job with this one. He has the shovel, which is pretty cool. Awesome design on that one as well. And we have his survival knife. Wish they actually painted this one a bit. Maybe slapped a bit of paint on the handle and a bit of silver paint on the blade or something like that. Comes with this awesome flashlight. And again, the same thing with this one. No paint on this one, just a piece of gray plastic. Would have been cool if this one was like army green or something like that, which is pretty awesome. I remember having one like this when I was actually in the reserves. Pretty cool. Does have a handgun with a sight on the bottom there. And I think it's a pretty cool detail that we have some tape wrapped around the handle there. No paint on this one. Tape is a good detail, but I would love to see more paint and more detail actually painted onto the pistol itself. And for his other weapon, we have this machine gun. I'm not a gun expert by any means, so I don't actually know the name of this one, but I do think it's a pretty cool design. I like how the strap is just hanging down here. I think it looks pretty awesome. And we have one last accessory, which is the magazine clip for his machine gun. And that fits in just like that. Definitely would like to see some paint on these. Maybe I'll get into doing customs. I'd like to see this one in almost like a black or a gunmetal or something like that. I think that one would look pretty awesome. It is a cool design. There is a lot of detail in it, but I would like to see just a little bit of paint on it just to make it pop a little bit more. Quite a few accessories with this one, which is pretty awesome. I love getting accessories with our G.I. Joes. I like getting accessories with figures in general. Makes us feel like we're actually getting our money's worth. So that's pretty much it for accessories. Let's get a closer look at this guy. Pretty awesome detail on the hair, man. Really love the face sculpt. This dude looks mean, man. This dude looks like a badass. Pretty intense. You can see all the awesome detail on his eyes as well. His shirt itself looks pretty awesome. We have some detail in his shirt. We do have some hair painted on his arms, which is pretty cool as well. Awesome detail into the tiger on his shirt. Buckles on his belt is painted. A lot of detail in his straps. It does look kind of cheap, like I said, with no paint on it. I like to see the buckles painted or something like that, just to make it pop a little bit more instead of a brown piece of plastic. But I'm not going to harp on that too much, man. I still really love this figure. And we have a cool knife case on the bottom here too. Before I put all its accessories on and everything else, let's take a few minutes to go over articulation. So his head goes back this far, forward this far. You do have some side to side, full rotation. Shoulder goes up this far, all the way around. Bicep swivel here. We do have double jointed pinless elbows, which are fantastic. And for his wrist goes up and down. And this one here goes back and forth. There's an ab crunch that goes down this far, back this far. Not restricted by his straps or anything like that. There is a lot of movement here, and they actually come up quite a bit, so it doesn't hinder articulation at all. A ball joint at the waist here, which is pretty awesome. We do get a full rotation here, which goes all the way around. We got some side to side, some back to forward out of that too. So, like I said, man, with the ab crunch and this ball joint here, you get awesome range of motion. And if you're unfamiliar with G.I. Joes, the hips actually drop down on these, so you get a little bit more added articulation. So he comes out to almost a complete split, which is fantastic. Just pop back up just like that. There's a upper thigh cut here. Double jointed pinless knees, if you're familiar with the channel. You guys know that I love my pinless joints. I really think we should be at the point where we're getting pinless joints by now. There is a boot cut too, you get full rotation there. This ankles go back this far, forward this far. There is a rocker there that you get your full rotation. This is a very soft plastic, so you can just bend that and it gets out of the way. So you can't get your full range of motion there. Doesn't really hinder too much. Alrighty, so let's start popping some accessories on this guy. So his gun just slides in here nice and easy. His flashlight should go onto his leg here. So this knife fits in nice and snug. Flashlight fits in nice and snug as well. These accessories are not coming out at all once they go in. Alright, for his rucksack, his backpack, whatever you want to call it. There's a peg there that ports into the back. That fits in nice as well. And for his shovel, there's a little peg here. His shovel just ports onto that, which is nice. And same thing for his gun. So his gun, I guess you can just put it around his shoulders, or it will actually peg on here as well. Just like that. I mean, you can switch around the other way too if you really want to. Either way is quite fine. The strap is kind of weird. Let's put the gun in his hand and see what it actually looks like. Gun's a very soft plastic. It takes a little bit of effort to get that in. Alright, so we have the gun in his hand here. I think it looks pretty awesome, man. This is one badass looking figure. Very excited to finally have this one in my collection. So here's a closer look with all his accessories ported into where they're supposed to go. View from the back here. This one looks fantastic all the way over, man. There's lots of detail, a lot of thought put into this design, a lot of effort, and to be completely honest, makes me have so much more appreciation for these. This is why everybody loves this line. And in my opinion, man, it blows Marvel Legends out of the water. Right now, this is my favorite line to collect. Not a fan of the exclusives and everything else and how hard they are to get, but I gotta give them credit. They are popping up a lot more. We don't have a Target in Canada. We have a Toysrus. And usually these exclusives are very hard to get, but our local Toysrus already had 3 or 4 restocks. I can't stand having to resort to eBay and paying those ridiculous eBay prices. Even though Toysrus are getting pretty bad, this guy was $44.99 here in Canada, which I think is pretty ridiculous. Toysrus jacked up their price big time. Even a Marvel Legends $44.99. Everywhere else is selling Marvel Legends for $33.99. It still sucks. $11 in difference from Toysrus and every other retailer around is a bit ridiculous. But for these exclusives, don't have much of a choice. If we really want to collect these, then we have to pay Toysrus prices. Alright, like I previously mentioned, I don't normally take these guys out of the box. Outback so far is the only one that I absolutely had to take out. Cobra Bat and Flint, I actually had doubles of, so I didn't mind taking those out. It's the only ones I have to do a comparison to. So like I previously mentioned, here's Flint, which is pretty much the same size. Outback being a little bit more beefier, a little bit taller, and Outback is a little bit taller than Cobra Bat as well. I think this is definitely one of my favorite G.I. Joe Classified figures. My opinions may change once I start taking them all out of the box, but as of right now, yeah, definitely top of my list for the G.I. Joe Classified line. Alright, that pretty much wraps up our unboxing and figure review. So overall, man, I gotta do it. I gotta give this guy a 10 out of 10. I'm sure he's not perfect, but I really love this figure. It's one of the first figures that I've been super excited about in a long time. I'm sure he could have painted the straps and all that stuff just to make this one look a little bit better, but overall, man, I'm 100% happy with this one. The articulation is great, paint application is great, tons of accessories. He stores all the accessories on his body. Overall, man, every part of this guy looks fantastic. Tons of detail. Just look at that face sculpt. How can you not be happy with this figure? So as always, let me know in the comments below what you think of this figure. Let me know what you think of our review, and let me know what you think of my perfect score of 10 out of 10. Let me know in the comments below as well. If you had to rate this guy out of 10, what would you give him? No regrets picking this one up, even though I had to pay the ridiculous Toysrus prices. A little bit bummed about it, but once you get this guy out of the box, you'll forget about what you paid for it. You'll be happy with this guy. Highly recommend this guy. Can't recommend him enough. We've had this channel going for 16 months, and I think this is only the second or third figure that I gave a perfect 10 out of 10 to. If you like our review, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Smash that like button. And that subscribe button is there as well if you guys want to subscribe to the channel. As always, we hope you enjoyed this review, and hopefully we'll see you on the next one. Keep collecting and stay safe.